Hello, I'm Kim, and this here's Pigeon. Welcome. There are two of you tuned in right now. Thanks for joining. Very well, maybe two people that have done this many times before. I'm going to do the same intro as always, just in case someone here is new. And because it's just nice to have consistency. Other than the change of my outfit, I've decided that I am going to just do this practice in my pajamas. So hopefully you are similarly comfortable. If you joined early and are foam rolling, feel free to just keep doing so throughout this intro. You might also use this time to finish setting up. I will not be playing any music on my end, but you are welcome to on yours. And then I suggest having a lot of different props with you. The props I have is soft, flexible props, such as these blankets, yoga mats, or towels also work. Thicker props, the pillows, and stiffer props, the foam roller and blocks. Books and Tupperware can also work in place of blocks. And then any other props that you might have around available to you, chairs, footstools, other furniture, walls, yoga balls, straps, whatever you have. And you never know what might really hit the spot for you. The benefit of doing this practice on YouTube Live is not being able to watch each other and compare and judge. And also, you can't be distracted by wanting to ask questions, and I can't interrupt your practice. You can really make this your own, and I trust you to do whatever it is and have whatever experience is going to help you feel better. I'm happy to answer questions or talk to you after the practice or in an email later. But during this time, I want you to just have your experience. We will begin with a short movement flow followed by a seated meditation. Tonight we'll be doing 4 yin postures before final relaxation. If the posture or movement doesn't suit you, you're welcome to choose a different exercise, movement, posture, meditation as a substitute. There's also time between each yin posture for a transition of your choice, whether that's movement or stillness. During this time, there's no right position or correct alignment of traditional postures because there's no force applied, there's no progression goal. This is really where letting your body be where it needs to be, supporting your body, and seeing what happens. So for each yin posture, I'll demonstrate a setup to help you feel a line of fascial tension, that connective tissue in your body. And I'll start with minimal props and a simple setup, and then I'll add props and variations. While I demonstrate, I really encourage you to explore different positions, different setups, different ways to get in, different props, even if you've done it many times before. Every day is different. Once I am done demonstrating, I'll return to a seated position to watch the time for 2 to 3 minutes. Whatever posture you land in should feel safe to release all muscular holding and effort while experiencing quiet sensations. This is a practice of stillness, patience, and subtlety. Let's begin. So tonight, we're going to start in a position to get a little stretch in the hips for our flow. So you've got a couple of options. You can have ankles just lightly crossed, and they can be further away from you or tighter in. You can snug that up and go to sort of ankle over knee, or you can go further and go towards knee over knee. I can't do that, but that's the direction of movement. At any point, you can use props to support under ankles, under knees, and under hips is a really great one. So I'm just gonna sit up a little bit under my hips. So finding right where you feel a gentle stretch in the outer hips. And right now I've got right over left, but whichever one you gravitated towards first is fine. And we're just going to run through a couple flows here. We're going to start with arms out to the side. Inhale here. Exhale, reach and bend to the side. Inhale, lifting up tall. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, side. Flow at your own pace, on your own breath rhythm. Letting your breath be a guide for your movement. To feel the connection of your breath in the posture. Feel how your breath affects the posture. And if you want to stay in the posture for an extra round of breath before returning and switching, that's fine. Just don't get stuck there. It's a flow. And then next time you come to center, reach the arms up, nice and tall. And this time twisting, staying tall in your twist as opposed to crunching. Inhaling to center, exhaling to twist. Inhaling center, exhale twist. Next time you come to center, release the arms. And for me, I've got this bookshelf right behind me. I'm going to scoot forward a little bit because we are going to do one more flow in this leg position. So I'm going to do this first round without breath just so we can talk a little bit about leaning back. As you lean back, there's a couple of options. I can place my hands just slightly behind me. I could even bring over some blocks so my hands are nice and tall. And leaning back could be a chest opening. Or I can really sink my abs back round the spine. It's not a chest opening, but getting into the hips, in the front of the hips in a different way. So I'm pressing down with my legs, leaning back far. So 2 different ways to lean back. And then we'll come up and lean forward. Inhaling center, exhaling lean, your choice of style. Flowing at your own pace. Next time you come to center, whenever that is, no rush. We're going to unwind the legs, shake them out. We'll set up for the other side. So I was right over left, so I'm going to go left over right, but whatever side you did the first time, I'm just going to switch it. So just take that moment, and then it doesn't have to be the same. So if one side liked a tight cross, but this side wants a looser cross, totally fine. Do whatever this side wants. I'm just going to demonstrate a different style of cross. This side likes this more open version. So again, reaching arms out to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. As you move and flow at your own pace, feeling long on the side of your body, from your neck to your tailbone. Through your arm, through your shoulder. And next time you come to center, reach the arms up high, and we'll move into our twists. Exhaling into a tall twist. Inhaling, center. Exhaling, tall twist. Next time you come to center, let the arms release. And we'll do our forwards and backwards. Starting with backwards, just figuring out on which side, which version feels best to you. And then when you've found it, flowing, inhale to center. Exhale, folding forward. Inhaling, tall and center. Exhale, leaning back. As you flow, realize that, again, I can't see you and no one else can. It's okay if your movement is bigger or different or microscopic. Paying attention to your movement and your breath, finding movements that feel good, that unlock stiff spots. Next time you come to center, we'll release the legs. We'll get ourselves ready for our seated meditation. So you can have your legs extended out in any way that you like. You can have the legs folded back, or you can have the legs crossed. You can also sit in a chair, whatever allows you to sit with a nice tall upright spine and as comfortable as is reasonably possible. So even if you're on the floor and not in a chair, I really suggest propping up. To release a little pressure in the ankles, knees, and hips. As you settle in, you can have palms up, down, or clasped in the lap. Eyes closed or a soft, steady gaze on the floor in front of you. And if you're still sort of adjusting your posture and settling in, that's fine. Make those final adjustments. And then settle into stillness. Hold a simple image in your mind's eye. An image that fills you with a sense of peace and calm, sort of internal happy place. It might be a body of water or a treasured object or a movement or an action that you find soothing or enjoyable. Just keep it simple. A simple scene, a simple image, a simple movement. Whatever it is, hold it steady, or if it's a repeating thing, let it just play on a loop. And when there's distraction, which there will be, from my end of the camera, or in your environment, or from within you, in your body or your mind wandering, bring your awareness to your breath, and then reconnect with the soothing image, the soothing meditation inside your internal happy place. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. Nod your chin towards your chest. And then opening your eyes and reintroducing movement, perhaps rolling the wrists, neck, shoulders. So, I'm gonna get set up for our first Yin posture. So, I'm gonna begin by lying down on my back. Then I'm going to place my arms out to my sides. And what I'm looking for is a gentle sense of fascial tension throughout my chest, into my shoulders, perhaps into my bicep and arms, maybe into my palms. So just feeling this sort of wingspan. And if you're as tight as I have been sometimes this is all that's needed. This might not feel like anything to begin with, but as I release the muscles that hold that tension into the ground, this has been enough of a stretch for me. And then other alternatives, you might find that if your arms don't rest fully on the ground in this position, that propping the arms up might even go as far as adding a pillow. And then if you feel like in this position that even when you relax fully, there is no connective tissue line of tension across the chest, you want to prop the chest up a little bit. So in some cases, I might just roll that guy up. And have my arms open out to the side. You can also play with sort of the level of the arms and how straight or bent the elbows are. And then having the legs completely straight, you might actually feel a little opening in the pelvis and in the hip flexors. And sometimes that's a welcome sensation, but otherwise you might want to just be able to allow for this to be neutral so that you can focus on the chest. And so bending the knees, if having the knees up feels a little wobbly or not fully relaxed, having the feet wide and letting the knees lean in on each other can feel more relaxing. And my elbows don't touch the ground here, so this is too far for me. But as you go ahead and experiment with different heights, different levels, different props, taking a moment to try one position, taking a couple of breaths there. Make sure you find something that is gentle enough that you can stay for, 2 to 3 minutes will feel like a very long time. And that you're not using any muscles to protect and resist the stretch. Sometimes a stretch, you can start by like, oh, I feel a stretch. But you're feeling a stretch because you're pushing yourself into it, and we want to really allow yourself to relax. Or a stretch might feel pretty intense and you'll be using muscles to hold you away from the stretch to protect you from it. So really using your props, finding your setup. And then wherever you have landed, allow yourself to settle. trust yourself as you stay in this position to know the difference between sensation that is just unfamiliar, uncomfortable, you want to fidget, and I'll breathe through, let it pass. And trust yourself to know if a sensation arises that is actually dangerous and unsafe, and then allow yourself to respond to it. Feeling your breath in this completely passive posture. Letting your breath be the only movement that is needed. Letting your breath help you explore the internal sensations, gently shifting and changing in your body. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. Feeling your breath become active. And then using this active breath to help you gently come out. Very gently reactivating the muscles, bringing your arms in. And then taking any transition that you need, you might just choose to lie in a still position. Notice the effects. Or you might choose more active counter pose. Maybe taking a bridge. Maybe hugging it into a ball. Anything that comes to you. Okay, setting up for our next postures. So, for our next posture, we are going to aim to feel connective tissue in the inner hips, inner thighs, down the legs, and possibly up the back as well. So you've got a couple of options. You can have the legs sort of butterflied together so the soles of the feet are in, knees are out. You can have those soles of the feet closer in or further out. In either case, we'll eventually be releasing all upright posture and folding forward. You can also have the legs spread out wide. In this case, I'm facing my bookcase because I like being able to have my feet supported. That's just a personal preference of mine. Makes me feel more secure and safer to relax. I feel a little better line of stretch as well from the sole of my foot. But if it feels better to you to have the ankles soft and not sort of held up, that's also an option. Other options are to support underneath the knees. In this case, I might prop underneath the knees here, right? Or if I was soles of the feet together, again, propping underneath the knees. And then I might choose to prop underneath the hips. I know that if I don't prop underneath my hips, then gravity can't really assist me into folding forward. If my hips aren't elevated a little bit, I can't move forward at all, which means it's hard for me to really relax in the stretch. And then in many cases, having the weight of your head and then your torso falling forward can feel like a really welcome assist into relaxing into the stretch, but sometimes it feels like too much, in which case finding ways to prop the forehead or the arms can be welcome support, allowing yourself to fully relax. You've got a plethora of options, so go ahead and keep fiddling. Try one position and then the other. Try more support and less support. And then wherever you have landed, allow yourself to settle. Coming into your breath. And with each breath, allowing your body to soften. With each breath, sending the message to your muscles, sending the message throughout your entire nervous system that you are safe, that you can release. lengthening and deepening your breath. Feeling your active breath in this place that you have landed. And then gently coming out, using your arms to help you lift back up. Perhaps using your arms to help you bring your knees back in. Always being gentle as we come out. We've spent those times giving your body the signal that those muscles can turn off. We want to always come back on gradually and gently. And then as usual, you might choose to just sit in a neutral place, or you might choose more active counter pose. You might choose to stand up. You might choose some positions on the hands and knees, waving through the spine, perhaps a downward dog. So for our next Yin posture, I'm going to stay next to my bookshelf as it's going to be a handy prop for me. We have a squat of sorts, and as with many things, there are lots of options, and it's good as you're playing with these different options to be thinking about where do you want to feel lines. You want to feel lines in the sole of the feet, the back of the ankles, and then glutes up along the spine, back of the neck, possibly into the forehead. What we're not doing is sort of the back of the knee. So the back of the body, skipping the back of the knee area. And getting a little bit more foot and ankle, low leg positions, as well as a little bit of the hips. So lots of options here. Before I get into prop land, I can choose to have my feet close together. Show you different angles, close together, or far apart. So the far part is going to get a little bit more inner thigh, and you might just change whether you want those feet closer together and feet more parallel, or feet wider apart, and perhaps angling the toes out. So that's one option. And then lots of different propping options. So I might find that it's more comfortable to have my heels raised. So I might have my heels up, propped up. I might find that allowing myself to be this deep is too intense for too long. So I might prop up. I might sit on something. I could sit even higher. I might feel unstable front to back. So this is where my bookcase comes in handy. I might lean my butt up against something so that I can't worry about falling over backwards. Right? I could really lean back into that bookshelf. Or I might lean forward. I could really change that angle. And I can combine different propping. So go ahead and play with different options. And I'm sure there are even variations and props that I don't have available that you might discover. Go ahead and finding your position. And then settling in. Wherever you have landed now, allow yourself to find some stillness. Allowing yourself to let go of tension and holding. With each breath, letting go of anything that doesn't serve you, any unnecessary effort right now. It may be in the obvious areas of stretch, but it might be in your fingers, or your jaw, your brow, in your pelvis or your gut, in your toes. With each breath, exploring your body, giving permission for softness, for release. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath, using your breath to help you savor where you have landed. Using these breaths to help you gently lift up and find your way out. And as always, taking any transition that comes to you, whether you want to just find some more peace and stillness or take something very active, just do it gently and gradually. Got one more posture before relaxation. I have no idea where Pigeon has disappeared to. She's normally a really good co-host, and she apparently is protesting. I'll have to figure out what I've done to upset her. Maybe she'll come back during the relaxation. So for our final posture, as usual, starting with minimal props, I'm going to set my hips up over my knees and then extend my arms out and allow my chest to drop. So what I'm looking for here is to feel a line of stretch. Oh, hey, pigeon. Line of stretch through my arms, through my shoulder, through my chest, through my ribs and abs a little bit. So this front of the body and through the shoulders. Sort of similar to what we started with, just with a little different twist. So lots of options here. Without adding any props, I might simply change the position of my hands. Palms down might feel really safe and comfortable, but sometimes adds more tension. So thinking of alternating palms in or palms sort of almost rotating up. Other options is simply to reduce the intensity. So I might prop up and support my chest. Really. Might let my elbows really bend or come a little bit wider. What we don't want is just to be mindful of is to drop the hips back towards the heels, which really becomes a different posture with a different emphasis. So other options are to raise my arms. I can adjust where that is. And another option is to bend my elbows. And I might choose to hold on to something. And you might find an entirely different way that allows you to access and gently stretch those areas. We won't be here quite as long as we do with the hips. So as you settle in, find your breath. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. And using your breath, gently come out. And you might choose to just lie in your belly. You might choose to curl into a ball. You might choose some more active movement. Look who's back. the true star of our show here. This pigeon is the most excellent demonstrator of Yin Yoga. Being completely relaxed. Taking any transition you need before getting set for our relaxation. As you get ready for relaxation, you might just lie simply on the floor. You might put props underneath your knees or any place that you're feeling too much pressure from the floor. You might roll up something underneath your neck or have something cover your eyes. Get cozy underneath a blanket. And as you lie comfortably on the floor, imagine a small ball of white light floating above your head. Wherever this little ball of light touches or passes through, it spreads a sensation of comfort, of ease and peace. Watch as this ball of light descends into your midbrain, lowers into your throat, slides into your chest. This small ball of white light, spreading a sensation of comfort, ease, and peace. Watch it slide into your right shoulder, down to your right elbow, right wrist, thumb, first finger, second, third, fourth. Watch it slide through the palm of your hand into your wrist, elbow, shoulder, chest. Watch it slide to your left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, thumb, first finger, second, third, fourth. Sliding through the palm of your hand into your wrist, elbow, shoulder, chest. This ball of light spreading comfort, peace, and ease, sliding down along your spine, through your abdomen, behind your navel, into your tailbone, to your right hip, right knee, ankle, big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth, sliding through the sole of your foot to to your ankle, knee, hip, back to the tailbone. Sliding to the left hip, left knee, ankle, big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth. Sliding through the sole of your foot, up to the ankle, sliding up to the knee, hip, tailbone, sliding up behind the navel, through your abdomen, into your chest, up to the throat, and settling into the midbrain. And with your body completely at ease, find peace in watching your breath flowing in and out. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. Use these breaths to reintroduce movement, rolling wrists and ankles, spreading and squeezing fingers and toes, perhaps stretching out long and big before curling tight into a ball. And then from a ball, roll onto your side, rolling almost to your belly, using your arms to help you sit up gently and slowly. Finding a comfortable seated position, we'll conclude with 3 breaths together. Together, we'll inhale through the nose and then exhale audibly out the mouth. Together. One more. Thank you to the 4 of you who joined this evening. I don't know, I know there are 4 of you, but I don't know who. You're welcome to stay anonymous. You can also just say hello in the chat of this live feed. You can also share your experiences, feedback, questions, comments. You can do that in my email, Kym, Kym, @zested.net. And then you can visit our website to join our mailing list, follow us on Facebook or Instagram. And then we need this program to be sustainable, and to do that we need to grow our following and get some donations. And so we are looking to grow before the end of November to see if we can keep this program the way it is in a sustainable way. So to support us, you can share and spread the word, get more people to join us, and then we really appreciate any donations, anything from $1 to $15, whatever feels good to you. Donations go to paypal.me/zested. Thank you. And Pigeon decided to rejoin us, even though, as in cat fashion, right before we ended, she decided to lie down on my script prompting and my watch. So hopefully you'll see more of her next week. Have a peaceful night. Pigeon, do you have anything you want to say?